lessons on Python hands-on. So in today's lessons we are going to understand one important concept that is called ARGS versus Quarks. Okay, so this is called full form it argument, and this one is keyword argument. So you can see argument is a ARGS in short form is a common programming abbreviations of the argument. Okay, so argument means something or parameter we are passing inside that and inside any function. Okay, similarly the Quarks you can see it's a short form is common abbreviations for the keyword argument. Okay, so if know these two concepts like argument and keyword argument, so then rest of the concept you can easily understand if you know this concept. Okay, so I have also written some of the formal definitions and a story behind this, what is the meaning of that and what is the story behind giving this name. Okay, so if you want to take the screenshot, you can take this screenshot for your future reference if you want to, or maybe if you understood this concept, that is good one. Okay, so that you can read these definitions. Okay, the term args and quarks, okay, in Python is commonly used for defining functions parameter. Okay, so I think first let me start the coding part, and maybe then I think I can explain the term so then you can know the concept more easily, right? So it's same thing, I have explained this one, or maybe see the first one is the meaning. So args syntax allow the function to accept any number of positional argument. Okay, and this is short form of argument. A story, so arg is a common programming abbreviation for argument. And the asterisk, so basically we are talking about the asterisk, right? So what is meaning of asterisk behind this one in single asterisk, right, and this double asterisk like that. So this denotes, it means variable number of argument we can take, and this two times it denote like we can take multiple same variable number of keyword argument. Okay, keyword argument like, so what is meaning of keyword argument? Okay, so you can see here the story, the double asterisk indicate that function can handle variables number of keyword argument, right? And the term quarks emphasizes the these are the keyword argument, right? So suppose first let's explain, first we are going to, let's say we are going to understand this concept. Okay, so ARGS. Okay, ARGS, suppose you have to define one function. Okay, and that function can do summations. Okay, so suppose I'm going to define some function called def. Okay, and let's call the function name like sum int, right? So some integers we are going to create one function, and that function, let's suppose we are going to create some three variables, right? So this function going to take three values, integer value, and then it's going to return. Okay, and then so how we can call a plus b plus c. Okay, and then after you directly call that one. Okay, or maybe you can store to some result and then sum ints, and here we are going to pass 1 3 5 something like that. Okay, so this is very simple, right? So we have defined one functions and then we are calling this function, so there is no any new things, right? So still there is no any use of args, right? Still, so first let's see the result. Okay, then we will get the clear pictures. Okay, so suppose the what is the file name, this Python script name task3, right? So we are going to call python3 and then task3, right? So it was which one we are calling 3, right? So task3.py, right? So this one, so our sum is 9. Okay, so this one. But suppose instead of 3 argument we want to take 4 argument. Okay, so 4 argument. Okay, so we have to define d. Again if you want to define 5 argument, okay, so you have to define e. If you increasing your number of argument, okay, so number of variables again you have to increase here. Okay, on add multiple, again you have to do the same operation here as well. Okay, to resolve this issue, so there is a simple method or simple way, that is with the help of args we can do that. Okay, so we do not have to worry about how many number of argument we are going to pass, just we have to define in this format. Okay, so this means they are giving the this giving the flexibility that you do not have to define n number of variables, n number of argument. Okay, so just with the help of one you can do everything. Okay, so any number of argument you can do. So what is the syntax? So syntax is simple, just call last args. Okay, so args. Okay, so you can define instead of args, you can write something, values, or maybe parameters, parameters, something like that, you can write that. Okay, so there is no any issue. So but I think this is a very good, standard naming, like argument is denote argument, right? So that's why we are using args. Okay, but you can write any, you can give any name. Okay, so args is not some predefined keywords or any issue here. Okay, but I'm just going to use, okay, I will explain both the concept. Okay, so without this name and rest of the name. Okay, and again, and one good thing here is once we are defined it will type of iteratable, then also you can call some inbuilt sum methods. Okay, and this sum methods will do. Okay, so let's see, will this do or not? Okay, it will add everything. Oh, yeah, this one I think it should take. And now here you can pass any number of argument. There is no any fixed thing. First let's see for 3. Okay, okay, so why is giving error? Some take at most 2 argument. Okay, but 3 was given. Okay, so I think this is not type of, yeah, by default consider as a tuples, right? So this should work. Let me see this again. Okay, fine. So I think this is only denote for variables and variable number for argument this way, and you can directly call. So you can see here once I am hovering over that one, so you can see it's saying it's a type of tuples. So also this is syntax of tuples. Okay, so it means by default it will convert it just for memorizing the concept. I'm just explaining to you, so you can see it's treated type of tuples. Okay, so if there is if you want to also define tuple, okay, tuple 1 something, so also this is one way for defining tuples. Okay, but similarly but not the exact thing. Okay, so if you are passing multiple variables, okay, then it converted to this one. So it basically you can see tuples parameter, right? So our argument parameter, so this taking here, and now we can directly call this one. Or maybe if you want to iterate one by one, okay, it's not like it's only available for summations. If you want to do something else, right, so you can create here, maybe you can create some thing called total. Okay, total equal to 0, and also you can items in, you can directly call args. Okay, you do not have to call asterisk every time. Okay, because that will only enable taking multiple things, and then after you can do total plus equal value. Okay, not value, int. Okay, so maybe you can take it value because just for maintaining a standard coding name, coding convention, not coding convention, naming convention, right? And then after finally we are going to return the value. Okay, so maybe it could be anything, we are adding. So run this again. Okay, so our output is 9. Let's pass some other value. Okay, 5, or let's 7. Okay, okay, so this one let's add 10. Okay, adding 10, you can say this one. So we are not going to, we are not changing anything inside here, right? All the things are maintained automatically. Okay, so this means as a in single term or one line definition we can say this denotes variable number of argument. This take variable number of positional argument or maybe argument. Okay, so it's a functions, and most of the time this type of variable argument used in functions. Okay, function methods. Okay, like that. So this was use of args. Okay, so asterisk args. Okay, so argument. Similarly, if you know the concept, so if I'm going to define some other variables, okay, so let's suppose I'm going to define, you might have seen some function called display, okay, let's suppose display info, right? So, and you might have seen, you know, like name equal to something, okay, age equal to 0, okay, and city equal to none, okay, something like that, okay. So you can assign any value, and then you can call name, okay, name, okay. So let's copy, okay. So this is normally called, this one age. So you know, sometime if we want to define this type of variable as well, so this sometimes is called default variables. It means we are same time we are defining some argument and also we are assigning this value, some value, okay. So if we are not passing anything, so suppose if we are calling directly these functions, okay, okay, so I think we do not have to call this print, okay. So this function will run, okay, because I think, let me show you, I think then you will get the idea, okay. So you can see these are able to print, okay. So name is, we haven't assigned any value, so maybe let's call this any or none, okay, something like that, okay. So you can see this. So one way is, normally whenever defining some function argument, okay, so we can define like that. How we can define? So one way is like we can define something, okay. So let me copy here, and we can define like, normally we are not going to assign some value, right? So this is the very basic definitions, right? How to define, or basic syntax. So how to define function, right? This way. And this way again you can see, and if you want to take multiple arguments, so you can use this way. But in this case there is one other way, like if we are, so in this case if we are calling the function, okay, if you are calling this function here, okay, so now it's mandatory to pass all the value, okay. So we have to pass some value, or else it will show error, okay. Let me show you, okay, and then I will explain. Okay, so you can see we are getting error, means all three value we have to pass as a mandatory here, right? But if you define like, if you define like suppose this way, okay, so in this case this is not required, okay. Why? Because we have already assigned, so this is way of defining some default value, okay. And also this is called keyword argument, okay. So this is normal argument, and this one is called keyword argument, right? So we are assigning some value. So again, so if we want to define variable number of keyword argument, okay, then we have to use this Kwargs, okay. So this one we have to call here Kwargs. This way is helpful here, and in this case we have to normally call argument. Okay, so in this case, so let me delete this one so that it won't, it may be conflict for as, or maybe it leads to confusion. So okay, so now we have to do that way. Okay, or so how we can do that? We do not have to define n number of things. Okay, so this is word called star k w p r. Just you can give any name. Okay, let me show you. Okay, first we will do that, and again we will do that one. Okay, and here now how we can print all the value here. So how many number of argument we are passing here, how to print everything, and how to access the element. So how we can do, list call key and value. Okay, so you can consider by default it will convert it to dictionary. Okay, not by default, but it will treat it as a dictionary. Okay, and here and again print okay key, okay, and then value. Or maybe if you call formatted string, okay, or call here key, okay, and then you can call here value. Okay, value means this one. Okay, this one. So in case of here, the data structure will be used tuples. Okay, and in case of here, the type of data structure, it will be type of dictionary. Okay, but it should work as a variable number of argument. Okay, variable number of keyword argument, not only argument. So this will work as a variable number of argument, non keyword argument, and this is keyword argument. I have already explained what is meaning of keyword argument. Okay, so now here you can pass any number of argument inside this function. Okay, so let me run this one. Or again, this is concept of I think before that I already discussed this what is called default value function passing itself. Okay, so you can see we are not getting any output here. Okay, because this will also take 0 positional argument. Okay, asterisk means 0 or nothing. Sometime you know the concept, so this will error. But if now we are going to define more and more. Okay, so first I'm going to increasing number of arguments. So first keyword argument I'm going to pass here this one. Okay, so run this one again. Okay, so voice saying too many. Yeah, so again it's a type of dictionary, then you have to call items. Okay, okay, because this is by default it will treat it as a dictionary, and dictionary has the property called items value like that. Okay, so let's run this again. Okay, so you can see this one is, and what the keyword name, we are going to pass your name. So let's define any number of things you can define. Okay, so I'm going to define age one more, 25. Okay, so you can see 25. Let's define some more argument. Okay, so city. Okay, so let's say New Delhi. Okay, fine. We can see this one again. You can pass something, pin. Okay, code. So let's 20201 301. Okay, so let's write this one. Okay, so you can say pin code. So similarly you can pass any number of argument. You do not have to worry about internal code structure, how these are working. Okay, so this was meaning of keyword argument. Okay, short form of Kwargs is keyword argument, and this one is non keyword argument. Okay, also suppose we are creating multiple values here. Okay, so can we do, instead of passing the value individual, can we pass some dictionary value directly? Yeah, also you can do that. Suppose I'm going to create one dictionary 1, and then I'm going to copy everything. Okay, let's cut and I'm going to paste it here. But the what is the structure of dictionary is like that. Okay, so this one is keyword key, not keyword key, and this one is the value. So this one. So how you can define? So this city. Okay, and again here this. Okay, and this is the value, or maybe this will treat it as a number, or maybe you can make it a string. Okay, you can do that. So now we have defined this dictionary can have any number of items. Items means key value pair. Now you can directly pass inside this one. Okay, so this will, but again you have to call 2 times asterisk. Okay, so here we are doing unpacking. If you watch my previous video or in coming video on the packing and unpacking, so you will clear this concept. So here we are using concept of unpacking, but in case here inside the function we are using as a variable number of keyword argument. Okay, so variable keyword keyword argument, this one I think. So two concept, here is keyword argument. Okay, variable number keyword argument, here is unpacking. We are using concept of unpacking so that we can directly call this one and we can pass all the value inside this dictionary to this function. Okay, so you know how easy it is, right? Or how also useful, very useful. Okay, so you can see all data we are able to pass. Okay, so this is the very important thing. I think you can practice more and more such examples, you will get the idea, and also your concept will be more clear. Okay, so let's define this. Let's check this explanations and the term. I think the term arg and Kwargs Python are conventional. I think we have already discussed. So args, the arg syntax allow function to accept any number of positional argument. So these are called positional argument. Okay, so whatever things are passing inside function is called positional argument. Positional argument means without any value. Okay, so suppose I am defining something this. Okay, and if I am defining something b equal to 10. Okay, so both are so in this case these are positional, right? Again these are positional, but now we are going to convert it so called of keyword window form, right? So because now position is not important, right? In case of here position is not important because we are setting some value, so directly you can access this one. But in case of here, so the value we are passing. Okay, yeah, also in case of passing the value it is no matter. Okay, so there is no matter of doing so. So again what is meaning of that is also, so what is this explaining this one, take the function accept any number of keyword argument. Okay, yeah, so suppose if we are doing like that, so it's one sometimes called or default value, we are setting some default value. Okay, but again if you are passing inside this one, okay, so suppose I am calling something, so that is fine, and then after we can do define like b equal to 20. Okay, so you can see we can instead of 20 we can write 100, right? So anywhere we can pass this type of value, but now b will belongs to this one. Okay, so then here position there is no meaning of positional argument. Okay, so this was one extra use cases of keywords. And okay, so keyword augment. Okay, so keyword augment, so you can see here is not mentioned, it should be positional, because if you are using keyword name like name and value pair, so now it's not treated as a positional argument, or else we have to pass value like that. Okay, so it could be there, you can define some variable as a variable, like we can fix some value. Okay, so you can define some functions like that will take some fixed value, and also they can after two, let's suppose at least 2 argument is required. Okay, and after that any number of argument you can pass like 3, 4, 5, like, but at least 2 arguments should be there. Okay, so you can also define, also you can define like if you want to mix up all the things. Also you can define like Kwargs, okay, like that. Also you can define like that, okay. So you can mix everything, okay, but based on your complexity, okay. So I'm going to remove here. So this one. Now we are going to understand one thing. I was explaining like you can call anything, okay. So let me give some any name like variables, okay, and let's call args, okay. I'm going to call this one variable argument, okay. So I'm going to call it here, okay. Again you can call here as, okay, so you can write any name, okay. So vargs, okay, fine. Let's run this code again, okay. Okay, I think this was, we have to remove this one, okay. Okay, so you can see all the correct output, okay. So this is this is not any fixed variables, so this not fixed means this is not keyword, okay. So you can give any name, okay. So this was two important concept of args and Kwargs, okay. So that's all everyone for this video. Let's meet in another one. Till then, keep learning and keep growing. And if this video is helpful, also you can comment down below. And if there is some mistake or something, you can also suggest me in comment, okay, or maybe what are the more video I should create, okay. So thank you so much for watching. Let's meet in another one.